Hi guys, we're back. It's been a while since you've seen us, and we've had a pretty intense couple of months while we've had our YouTube break. We had a really scary thing happen and a really cool thing happen, and we just want to say hi and give you a bit of an update today. But tell you the truth, we tried to start recording this back in the village of Tuk Tuk, but because we've been not recording for so long, we're so shy and nervous about doing it in front of people. So we come here to Bukit Beta. See, this is Tuk Tuk over here to talk to you guys. So I guess we start with why we had a 2-month break from YouTube. What happened?
I don't know where to begin to this. Oh, my laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts with my laptop, yeah, because my laptop is like, I don't know, maybe 10 years old.
From the 90s? No.
Probably. And yeah, it couldn't handle anything anymore, so
Yeah.
so my laptop has to be, you know, shut down.
Yeah, we couldn't edit anything, like even low quality video. You couldn't even open a photo to edit it, right? So,
Yeah.
and we're not made of money, so we couldn't just go out and buy a new one. So we had to save up.
Sure.
That was the first thing.
And
Oh,
then,
thanks so much. Okay, so after the laptop broke and we're having a little break, Agung got really, really sick really suddenly with dengue fever. So that was really intense, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit because it was for me it was a huge learning experience, and it was the worst thing I've been afraid of since living here is Agung getting sick and me having to handle it, right?
yeah,
And it was pretty unpleasant for Agung too.
It was nice, bro.
So let's talk about dengue for a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
So it started, Agung was just crossing the ferry one day to drop off something. Yeah, you tell us.
I know.
What happened?
And then it was about 2 o'clock, and I bring kids to the mainland, and on the way back somehow I feel tired, really tired.
Yeah.
You know, like for no reason, and I'm not comfortable, and just within a minute I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying. That sounds horrible.
Hot and
Like hot,
aching.
sweaty, and aching, you know, and thirsty. Not even thirsty. I don't know.
Let's do.
Yeah, do over here, I guess. Over here. And yeah, I thought, you know, it's just normal fever, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was
You
something.
were straight into bed. I don't think you slept, but you were like passed out almost. Let's sit. And then so that day, he's been that sick before once, years ago in Bali, and I thought it was just going to be one of his
I know.
dramatic fever.
Sure. I thought
But
so
he
too.
got worse and worse. Like, this fever was about 40 degrees, and then shaking, and then the vomiting started after like maybe that night.
Yeah.
Next day he couldn't stop. He wasn't vomiting, but he was trying to vomit constantly and couldn't stand food. And that was 3 days probably at home, getting worse and worse. Okay, so those first few days got scarier and scarier because he was getting worse and worse. We did, with the help of one of my good friends in Tuk Tuk,
Sure.
he was so weak he could barely stand. We did get him to the clinic, which is luckily 30 seconds down the road. And they gave him fluids, which helped a little bit, and they didn't do much else. But that's kind of standard for clinics in Indonesia. And we were really hoping that would just give him the energy to get back, but it was pretty much the next day worse.
I think it was day 4, I think.
Yeah, day 4, I think he was scarily worse, like getting weaker and weaker. And I wanted to take him to hospital, but you didn't want to go
No, for some reason.
because it's an Indonesian thing, and I get it. A lot of Indonesians are scared of hospital. They don't trust them because the healthcare system can be really problematic. A lot of reasons behind it. So we kind of argued for a couple of days about not going to the hospital. But then in the end, we're trying to go to the clinic, a different clinic, hoping to get a better one. And I'm riding the motorbike, he's in the back, and he faints. He passes out behind me on the motorbike. Luckily, he just leaned forward into me. But that was terrifying. And luckily, again, another friend came and helped us get back home, and that was the point that we told Agung you're going to hospital no matter what.
Thank you.
Do you want to explain? Like, you were just scared, right? Because you felt so weak that you didn't think you could make it to a hospital. You didn't have the power to get there.
The fact that I was really big on the boat from Parapat
first
to
day,
here,
yeah.
and then I'm getting worse, and like, you know, I can't imagine I'm on the boat again
Yeah.
because I couldn't even stand on a motorbike, you know?
Yeah.
Because so
yeah.
weak and
Yeah.
dizziness and want to vomit.
Yeah,
all
he
the
was
time.
passing out a lot if he tried to get up. But our options were a 45-minute drive to a hospital that's not very good on Samosir. I wanted to get him to Medan, which is a boat ride in 4 hours, but there was no way. So we had heard good things about the hospital in Parapat, that they had treated dengue recently, right?
Yeah.
So and that was really no choice. He could at least lie on the boat for 45 minutes and get there. And actually that boat ride was probably the most terrifying moment of my life, because he was pretty much passed out, barely conscious. I'm on a boat full of strangers who weren't really helping. I was alone, and I was really not sure how I was going to even get into the hospital.
Honestly,
It
you
was-
remind me.
It was terrifying. And maybe we'll show some footage if you're brave enough
maybe.
to share it.
Sure.
Anyway, long story short, got him to the hospital. They were really good. As soon as we got there was no waiting. Put him in a bed, gave him fluids, tested for dengue. We got the results in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
He is positive for dengue. His white blood cell was really low, and we're straight into hospital.
Yeah, and 4 nights, I think, 3 nights.
3 or 4 nights, and it was also terrifying.
Yeah, and it took me, about a month to recover.
Yeah, it's
after
been
hospital.
about a month.
More than a month.
Yeah.
But feeling better now.
Yeah.
I get my muscle back.
Honestly. So, do you know what? You get your muscle back. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Yes. Do you know what? Hold this. So we're just saying, if you're coming to anywhere tropical, 'cause it's happening all over the world at the moment, we never travel without mosquito repellent now.
my gosh.
We don't leave the house without it. We put it on 4 times a day. But also don't want to scare you, because dengue, I think something like 75% of people will get dengue and be asymptomatic and just have it and be fine. Some people
Yeah.
will get it and be really feel awful for a few days and then be okay.
Cool.
And if you've had it before and get another kind, that's usually when the critical dengue can happen, like agung.
I think this is my second dengue.
I think it is, because his reaction was
Yeah,
so
I think
extreme.
so. Because I remember when I
Yeah.
was a kid. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was going to say, I don't want to be dramatic, but at the time you thought you were dying. You can say that. You felt like you were dying.
Yes.
And I thought he was dying. Even in the hospital, there were 2 days there that were absolutely terrifying, where I was in tears in the middle of the night, thinking that he wasn't going to make it. And we laugh about it now, but it was awful. But we survived. You're still here. But anyway, if you come, just be really, I was going to say rajin, really diligent with putting on your insect repellent. So that was our scary thing. And that's why for a month we couldn't really do anything anyway, because it took Agung weeks to be able to even have the energy to get back to a routine, yeah?
And now let's talk about the exciting part. Because
So exciting part.
we launched our ebook like 2 weeks ago.
I think it's nearly 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks ago. Woohoo! It's about North Sumatra, guys.
Yes, we launched our first digital product and it's amazing. It's honestly,
Yeah.
it's called the North Sumatra Travel Guide and Itinerary Planner. It's 136 pages of all our insider information from traveling here for the last 10 years and everything you need to know to plan your trip here.
Yeah.
So good, and it's doing really well, and we thank everyone who has supported us so far. And man, that was a lot of work, right?
Yes. And if you, I'm gonna sell my own product,
We're
okay?
going to sell it, all right.
If you buy the ebook right now, you get 15% discount,
25.
25%
We're not,
discount
we're not belittled.
with code saying "See you in Sumatra." You will get 25
What
discount.
if
So
someone's
get it now.
watching this video in 6 months from now?
Well, it's different. From now on August, yeah,
Yes,
August.
for August 2024,
Yeah.
we're going to keep the See You in Sumatra promo code.
Promo code. Okay.
And the link, of course, everything will be on the screen and down there. But honestly, we're so proud of this book, and we're not just trying to sell it by saying it's good. I think it's the best resource available anywhere, right?
yeah.
For North Sumatra travel. We worked on it for 6 months, writing and researching what we needed to, and then another couple of months of the design process, which we all did ourselves, because
No AI.
no AI, of course not. We designed it ourselves, painstakingly, page by page, because we wanted it to really reflect us and our fun brand and make it easy to read and fun to read. Anyway, please go check it out if you're planning a trip to Sumatra. We have loads of free info on our blog and here on YouTube, but there's lots more detail and info in the ebook.
Yeah.
Whew.
Do you know what the struggle things about the book? We were working for I think 3 months on it.
But 6 months actually.
6 months.
Since beginning the research.
Yeah. And we should launch about a month ago. and we were ready, you know, like okay, this is
Yeah,
gonna
we were
take.
so ready.
We're so ready, and then
Dingy.
and because it got dingy, and we have to delay for a month.
Yeah. We're trying to get it before high season, which is July, August, but that's alright. It got out
know.
there and it's doing really well. And we're so proud of it. Okay, so that's the two big things in the last 2 months. And of course, obviously we're back if you're watching this. And the good news is we got a replacement laptop and it's so beautiful.
Oh my!
It's changed our life. Well, not mine so much, but Agong. So big thank you to the people who helped us get this new laptop because we couldn't have done it all on our own.
Sure.
We had a few people help us.
Yeah,
So thank you to you. You know who you are.
It's hidden somewhere.
You know who you are. So I also wanted to talk about, like, it was such a massive learning curve for me, the hospital with Agong. I was so naive when we got there. I was so calm because he got settled, he seemed much better after the fluids, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go home and rest, see the cats, and like come back tomorrow. And I went to tell the nurse and she was so confused. She's like, well, you can't go home. And I was like, why? She goes, who's gonna look after him? And I was like, you? And she said, no, like there has to be at least one family member stay with the patient to check on them, like monitor them, help them go to the toilet, help them eat, get them food and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up the whole, I think it was 3 nights or 4 nights, sharing a little hospital bed with Agong.
I was so proud of you.
I know. And it's really shockingly different. Like they gave him good care medically, but they just come in on their whatever 4 or 5 or 6 hour schedule to give him his meds. They drop the food in the room, they leave, they don't monitor if you eat it or not, and the food, terrible, like really, really terrible. So most local families were bringing food from outside for them. And I was really lucky that we had a friend who lives in Parapart, Dewi. I don't think she watches us, but I love you, Dewi. And she would come before and after work every day to drop us off me food that I could eat because I can't really eat local food, and food for Agong that he could stomach because he wasn't really liking the hospital food. Because dengue makes your sense of smell really strong, like crazy strong. And the smell of fish in the hospital just made him vomit, and that was every meal.
I know.
was fish. And he couldn't.
Yeah.
I had to sometimes take the food out and put it down the hall and he could still smell it.
And when I was sick, you know, I can smell everything.
Yeah.
Even
Cigarettes from like down the hall.
even you know, downstairs there's a bunch of guys smoking, and I can smell it. I'm like, I'm feeling yuck.
Yeah.
At the hospital, but you know, as soon as my white blood sugar hit 40,
White blood cells.
yeah, and they're like, okay, you can
Yeah.
you can go
You
home.
can go home.
I was like,
it was intense. Like I'm the sole carer in the hospital. I'm exhausted because I wake up during the night to see if he's still breathing, you know, every half an hour. They don't come during the night usually to check his drip, and if he runs out of the drip, it's really dangerous for him. So I was like monitoring his drip, monitoring his food, monitoring his medicine, and then he couldn't breathe very well either. So I was like connecting his oxygen. I became like literally the nurse.
I know.
It's amazing.
I feel really hard to breathe, so
Yeah.
I need
It's fluid
tools,
in the lungs.
I need oxygen.
But yeah, that's the way the local system works here, and it's just so alien to me, but that's the way it is, and that's why it's exhausting for families when their loved ones in the hospital. They have to stay there, and they're the carer, and it's really intense. But we're really lucky too because we had local health insurance called BPJS.
Yes.
So it was all pretty much free for us, which is so lucky. There's a buffalo with a little birdie. So yeah, we're gonna head back, I think, and we'll tell you the last of our update at home.
All right, okay guys, so we're home now, and we've been looking for this little girl.
I don't know if you remember, but she was half the size last time we saw her.
She's so cute though. And there's one other that I think she's a bit off somehow. She's growing so fast.
She's not even a year, and she's the same size as our nearly 2-year-old cat.
And okay. I don't know where is the others. Usually they will come. What's wrong? She's nervous of GoPro. She's scared of GoPro. Okay.
So that's our little 2-month update, or our big 2-month update. A lot happened. I remember if you're coming to Sumatra, actually almost anywhere tropical at the moment, where your sunscreen. Bring your mosquito repellent and use it. Dengue mosquitoes bite in the daytime, so
And afternoon.
don't
And
forget daytime. That's
Yeah. Oh, yes.
morning. Dengue mosquitoes bite during the day, so make sure you put it on not just at night time.
Yes, and it's what I don't know if it's rainy season or dry season at the moment,
It's
but
dry
it's beautiful.
season,
I
but it's
know.
raining. There
I
is
know.
no such
it's
thing.
beautiful, isn't it? Our
It's
place.
all mixed.
Okay, guys. I hope
Nice to see you again, and we're looking
know.
forward to making some more adventures and
Really, yeah.
enjoying life.
really nice to be back on YouTube.
It's nice.
And,
It's nice to Agong to be alive.
and don't forget to give us like, comment, and subscribe. All right. See you guys.
Bye.